What's good, YouTube? Is yay! Be civilized, yay! So this gonna be an emotional roller coaster because now I'm smiling, and later on in this, I'm probably gonna be crying. But it's cool because God needs me to tell y'all, and I do want to say that there was a time where I was supposed to. Before I get into this, I was been supposed to do this video. Okay, I was supposed to stop TJ. I was supposed to do this video like 2 days ago, like so long ago, like. And it's just, I feel like the enemy has just been putting procrastination in my mind and laziness and, oh, we'll get it done tomorrow, or, oh, you're not even like delivered all the way from certain things. Like, they don't want to hear that because, like, you're imperfect. Like, do it probably later in life. Do it later. Just do it later when God's fully perfect you. And I'm just like, that's not God. Like, that's the enemy not wanting me to get my story out there. And I'm going to. Today's the day. The lightning. It's literally not as bad as I think it is right now. I just want to start from childhood. I grew up in a two-parent household. My parents was married, so you know that fairy tale of, like, two-parent household. Everything's good, and everything's not always good. Like emotional damage, okay. But I learned as I got older how to handle them, and I'm still learning, y'all. Like, I'm not perfect, bro, and I'm still learning. Like, okay, let me just. So growing up, this is a if y'all can't tell it by the title, I really don't know what to name this, so whatever the title's gonna be, I figured it out obviously, but I don't want to say how God delivered me and because He has delivered me from depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, different things, things that I shouldn't have went through. I've been healed from those things. I've forgiven myself. God has forgiven me. God has forgiven the other person, and I've forgiven the other person as well. Let's pray. Father God, in the name of your mighty name, I ask you that you give me the strength. You let the words just flow, and anything that is trying to stop me from getting this out, I ask that you remove it, because this is a beautiful message, and I deserve to be heard, and this deserves to be heard by anyone who you feel needs to hear this. Amen. Let's get to the video. Yeah, I'm growing up, two-parent household. I grew up in LA. I moved everywhere. I was never stable. I was never somewhere. I always was moving. So I was never just in one area. So I experienced a lot of different people. I experienced a lot of different people. A lot of different people. So growing up, this started young. Like, I was introduced to lustful things at a young age. I don't want to like say names. I don't know how I feel about saying names, but I was introduced to it by a family member, and I would just watch it like, okay, and then I was learned how to play with myself. Like, I didn't teach myself that; it was taught to me, and it was taught to me. So like, it really, was at a young age. Also, growing up, I don't know if like everyone went through this, but I know I'm not alone, and like, I don't know, I feel like family would just like push it a lot, like especially with cousins. Like, I'll be with a cousin and they'd be like, oh, da 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 da, kissing, da da, like, what are we doing? But I understand we were kids, and none of that really matters. What matters, because it played a real part for me, but it doesn't quite matter now. So growing up, I was also bullied a lot. I feel like I'm gonna go everywhere, so y'all just bear with me. I was bullied a lot. Okay, I was bullied a lot, a lot, a lot. You like, you bullied? Yes, me bullied. I was a people pleaser. I wanted people to like me. I wanted just boys to like me, and I just never felt perfect, or never felt like I fit in. Misunderstood. I was, yeah, like I said, I was always bullied. So I kind of want to stay in one section. Let me just, being in like 5 or 6, I was introduced to corn. I was introduced to corn on the cob. Okay, I don't know if I can say the other word, so I'm gonna just blur that out. But yeah, I was introduced to it at a young age, and I'm not the only one. So I'm gonna hold my hand, my own hand. God, hold my hand when I say this. It used to be done with family. Things used to happen with family, and That's what just that's said it just started the whole like introduction of like sexually things, and like I remember like having this perverted mind, like especially like when it came to girls on girls, like there's been things, like I said, it was things done between family members, and I'm not proud of it because of who it made me become and what it made me do. And I know that we're all with kids, but I know that some people was in their right mind and should have been in their right mind. Me being 5 and 6, not knowing no better, you should have known better. You feel me? But I won't blame anybody. It's nobody's fault. We're not doing no blaming here. I'm just telling you my story. So that's what I went through. And it stopped when I was in elementary. Like it didn't go no further than 4th grade, 5th grade. Like yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. Let's skip to I moved to Riverside, then I moved to Downey, then I moved to Long Beach. I just moved everywhere. So I want to say in Downey, this is giving 2nd, 3rd grade. I was friends with these girls, and well, always this is like where the people pleasing started, or not fitting in, or doing stuff to try to fit in, or doing stuff to for people to try to like me. And this is where my anxiety really happened. It started happening. 2nd, 3rd grade, I used to get like a little tad of bulliness. People would like make fun of me for liking a boy, like, ah, you like him, he don't like you, like. And I don't feel like I was ugly, but like I always was told I was beautiful as a kid, so I don't know what made me think I wasn't. Your peers, like the older people would be like, you have pretty skin, you're tall, you could be a model, you look good, da, 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 like your daughter's chocolate beautiful skin. But then here go my the peers at school and everybody in the world like, yo, black skin, you black monkey, you black stick figure, what else, twig, pancake on a stick with no pancakes and sausage, just the stick. I just made that one up right now, but that's probably what they would have said if I was going to school in this time for real. Yeah, I would just get picked on. And I remember this girl telling me that I had to give her money to be her friend, and I stole my mama and father rent money just to be her friend. And I remember they found out, and it was a whole big thing. I was like, where did my money go? Tell the truth, da da da. And I'm just like, I just ended up telling the truth. I'm like, I gave it to her because she said she didn't want to be my friend. And kid stuff, bro, literally. My mom, knocked on her door, was like, this happened, this happened. And then, the girl got her butt beat. Like, the houses were so close together. It was in 2 bedrooms. So the houses were so, oh, mind you, I grew up with 3 siblings. No, 2. My fault. I am the third one. 2 siblings. So, she went over there and she just, we heard her get her butt beat. Like, the walls were so thin, you could hear the arguing. But I heard her get her butt beat. So, let's fast forward to moving to Long Beach. Now, if you know about Long Beach, ooh, the girls was real strict on a certain type of look. If you didn't have Jordans, if you didn't have good clothes, if you didn't have a lot of hair, you was talked about. You wasn't popping. Couldn't crump dance. If you couldn't dance, you wasn't popping. Like, and I try so hard to fit in. I tried so hard to fit in, y'all. Like, especially 4th, 5th grade, I got talked about my name. My name is Sanye. They used to call me Sanjay because of Sanjay and Craig. I used to get talked about for my name. 4th, 5th grade. It was also when the sexual things were going on too. So I was just real in a lustful way. I don't want to talk about the childhood part for too long because I have a lot to say. But yeah, I was just really bullied a lot. Skipping up to middle school. Let's go to middle school. Middle school is when it hit, y'all. Middle school is when I realized, like, I think, like, I'm sad and really hurt and depressed and everything built over the years. Like, I never told my parents everything that happened, and it's probably so much more stuff that happened being a kid that I just don't remember because it was that traumatic for me. But a lot of traumatic events for me. Being in middle school, I thought like, okay, life gonna get gonna get cool. I met cool people, but around my 7th grade year, I was talking about heavenly, my hair being short, me not having eyebrows. Like, why are you so worried about my eyebrows? Like, what is my eyebrows doing to you? It was to a point in time where I would hide in the bathroom. I wouldn't want to go to class, and I would hide in the bathroom and literally cry and look in the mirror of my phone like, "You're pretty, like you're pretty," and I just couldn't feel pretty. I couldn't feel like I was worthy. I couldn't feel like I meant something. I couldn't feel like I had courage or I was confident. And when I walked up the bathroom, I called my mom. I went to the office and I'm like, "Can I see the phone?" I called my mom. I'm like, "This girl is talking about me. Like, I don't want to be here. They're always da 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 da." And my mom came tripping. And one of the ladies was like, "You tell us at the school. Don't tell your parents right away because they can, parents might fight and da da." I'm like, "Girl, no. School, you failed me already. School fails you. I don't think school's no." I was a closed off person. I didn't like talking, and talking wasn't like brought up, I guess, in my family. Like, my mom has tried it. Ooh, speaking of that, it's been a time where I was in elementary, like when that sexual thing was going on. My mom even asked me, and I was like, "No, nothing, like nothing's going on." So I was just really a closed off person. I didn't want to say anything. I thought I would get in trouble. I thought just a lot of things, you feel me? Because I got caught one time. Like, my siblings snitched on me. Like, why would you do that? But anyways, yeah, I called my mom and I was like, I'm getting talked about. Da da da. She came tripping. Da da da. So went back the next day. Of course, the girls are still gonna talk about me, but I tried to come with a strong head. I remember that they always did it every day, and I remember coming home one day and I remember finding my mom pills. I don't know what pills, y'all. I couldn't tell y'all, but all I knew was this is how you end like your life. This is what I know to I feel like will stop. Just this is gonna help me not live no more. So I just grabbed whatever pills and I put them all in my hand. I remember being this close to my mouth like this, and I just couldn't, because I'm just like, I don't want to die. Like, I don't want to die, and I want to live, but I don't want to go through this at a young age. I didn't feel like I had to go through this at a young age, for real, for real. Move today. So yeah, I just never did, and I don't think I told nobody either. I just put them up. I don't think nobody was home. I used to put them up. I put them up though, and like nothing ever happened. I just went about my day. So like that was like one type of attempt. 8th grade, the same girls that talked about me started to be cool with me, and I'm just like, "You want to say hi?" They started to be cool with me, and I'm just like, okay, like yay, like the girls who once talked about me, like they think I'm pretty, they think I'm cool to be around now. Like, let me try to be like them so that they can continue to like me more. And I literally did everything like them. Tried to talk like them, dance like them, laugh like them. Literally ask my parents to get certain shoes like them. Just would be quiet if I feel like in a conversation where I feel like I couldn't fit in, or try to have the same opinions as them. I just felt like I couldn't have my own opinion, or I couldn't be me. I had to be them, or no one would like me. I had to be whoever I was hanging around, or no one would like me. And even when I was them, they still low key looked at me weird. But it's like, did you even love yourself? If I'm literally doing what you're doing and you think it's odd, did you even love yourself? Because I'm doing exactly what you're doing. So don't bite that. But that's kind of besides the point. Fast forward this a little bit more. I was going through a hard time in school, y'all. So 8th grade, I did not promote, is what you call it. I had to go to summer school, and I went to summer school, so that's why I graduated as I should, on time. But I went to summer school and got it all together. But I couldn't walk the stage because my grades was dropping, and I didn't care. Like, I really didn't care. I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like, I didn't want to be at the school. I was getting bullied anyway. Like, everybody was just using me for my, like, like, I didn't care. And I also used to have, like, little crushes and stuff. And during middle school, I remember meeting this boy, and I remember his name, Jaquan. Jaquan, y'all, it's the J's. What they say is always the J's. But I met this boy named Jaquan, and we were supposed to date. Well, we're not supposed to. We were dating. And I remember seeing something. I was scrolling on Instagram, And I was just, God really led me to it. I been had discernment, y'all, at a young age. That's why the devil was after me. I been had discernment. And I'm just like, I was like, click here, click there, scroll, scroll, scroll. I see a picture of him, the girl kissed up. Then I saw a text him, I'm like, what's this? He like, oh, I thought we wasn't together. How you think we not together? And you was in that corner in our apartment building kissing me down. But I shouldn't have been doing that anyway, because what do you do in that 8th grade? I don't think my parents know about this either. Girl, I guess I could say I was searching for companionship. I want to say that my father was there, but you know how, like, they work all the time. Yeah, my mama was more there than my dad. But a great dad, though. A great dad. A great dad. Now that I got older and realized what he truly was trying to teach his kids. So, moving to 9th grade, I hanged out with the same girls. Because, in middle school, y'all go to your home high school. So we all went to the same high school. I remember I was bullied by the same girls who bullied me in middle school. Like, but every time they, like, when we walked in 9th grade, the girls was like, hey, like, oh my gosh, like, we in the same school. And I'm just like, hey, like, I was just happy that they liked me, just want to be liked. And then later on, like, one day we were walking, this broke my heart so bad, because it's like, y'all really play with my emotions. Like, one minute y'all like me, one minute y'all didn't. I forgive myself for even letting y'all play with my emotions. But I remember I was walking with school with this girl named Pickle, and the two girls who would always, like, well, one of them was supposed to be my friend, the other one always bullied me in middle school. Your friends ain't your friends for real. But I was walking, and Pickle was like kind of by me, but like not by me, but like kind of walking with me, but like we're all walking together kind of. I remember the girls pointing at my area and was laughing at it. I'm like, and then I heard one of them say, which is the one that always bullied me in middle school. I heard one of them say, oh, she has a 5-year-old coochie, or I hope they don't monetize me. She has a 5-year-old JJ. And I know, I'm like, I didn't hear her just say this. Like, girl, we are in 9th grade. What am I supposed to have? What am I supposed to have? So they used to make fun of me about that. I always felt like, okay, like, now I'm really not worth it. Like, I'm ugly. My skin is like ugly. They always talk about how skinny I was. I love that I'm skinny now. Actually, y'all want to see my dress? Actually, this is my dress, y'all. Now I love everything about me, but and my flaws. But they used to just, I felt so bad about me. And then now y'all talking about my butt and my hair. Like, come on. I really felt like nothing about me was worthy. Nothing about me was worthy. So I remember telling the girl, like, did they say that? And she told me, she was like, yeah, like, she didn't want to at first, because I get the picking sides, but she was like, kind of on the low key. I'm like, wow. And I remember the girls just leaving me and walking by themselves, and I walked home by myself crying, just like, why am I getting picked on by the same girls who just liked me 2 days ago? And I remember meeting this girl, and I think I have videos of. I'm gonna put videos, and I still talk to her. We text here and there. Her name was Anaya, and she was a beautiful part of my 9th grade. Like, I cut off them girls, and I only was friends with Anaya. We hung out all the time. She was like my twin. We got each other twins. That was my girlie. Like, we still cool, but like we not as close as we was, of course, when COVID happened. We just okay. We were really close, and we hung out the whole school year. After that, I didn't really get bullied my 9th grade. I moved 10th grade, and I came to where I am now. And 10th grade, 10th grade I was on Zoom, so like, like nothing really, like, it was just nothing to be bullied about. I didn't have no friends either. I would walk. Oh, let me tell y'all, I would walk just not knowing nobody, and I almost got kidnapped, y'all. I literally almost got kidnapped, and I feel like I want to tell this story time. Actually, I can tell it. I almost got kidnapped. Basically, long story short, I was walking, and I was walking back. I seen this car, and this car was parked, and you're on the side of the street, like, you have two sides, the street and the two sidewalks. It was on this sidewalk, and I was on this sidewalk, and it was two mans by that car, and a a homeless black man was just driving a bike. He looked random. I didn't think he was with them or nothing. So he just was driving, but he stopped by that car. I'm like, oh my God, it's 3 men. I'm like, so small, like, just God, please. So I remember being on the street and I had to cross where they was to even keep going home. So like, this is the street, the two sidewalks, and like the main street, and they're parked right here. I have to on this sidewalk, and this is the main street, and I have to like cross, you know, to keep going like on the sidewalk. Just keep going where the man was coming from on the bike. So I remember he stopped and I was walking and I kept looking back and I walked a little bit more further and I remember them handing him something. I thought it was a knife, because what else can you hand somebody like that? So I thought it was a knife. So I remember started running. I just started running and there was on a bike going fast and I ran into the next park and I remember just saying, God please, like, please, and of course, I'm still here today, so God was on my side, had his arms wrapped around me, of course. And I remember just hiding behind this little car. I remember looking, and I remember the homeless man stopping. And let me stop calling him the homeless man. Some dude, black dude on the bike, brown guy, dark brown skin guy on the bike, following me, trying to do something to me for real, for those Mexican dudes. I remember him turning around and going back, and that's how I knew, like, oh yeah, you was trying to, like, I don't know what you was up to. I don't know, but you was up to something. You was up to something. And I ended up calling my brother, like, bro, these people, like, just explaining him the whole situation. He came under 2 minutes, and I got taken home. And I remember not telling my parents right away, or my mom mostly, because my dad was like always at work, really. So I never really talked to him until I got older. It kind of switched. Like, I stopped telling my mom stuff and I started talking more to my dad. And then when I was like little, I would like talk to my mom more. So I remember telling my mom later on, but not that same day. But like, little stuff like that would happen that actually stopped me from going outside. I actually didn't want to even go outside anymore. So I invested that there was a lake by me, and I just always go to the lake now. So to keep moving forward, my depression started, like, I want to say, of course, middle school, but I would always keep stuff in. So I never really thought I was depressed. I just thought I'm just going through a phase. So as I like begin to get older and older, mind you, I'm a hold it in type person. I was never taught to express my feelings. I just knew to hold it in until that straw was pulled and now pop. And I just make that a cycle. Hold it in until you pop. Hold it in until you pop. Hold it in until you pop. And no, I'm gonna now that go through the emotions, talk to God, and give it to Him now. But before, I was just a hold it in type of person and just pop when the last straw was pulled. I remember actually going to school now. So now I'm in school. Now we're in the next year, and COVID's like thing is over. We can go back to school. I remember being in school, and I remember just being by myself. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna hang out with none of the ratchets. Y'all know what I mean. Let's not act like I don't know. I'm not hanging out with none of the girls who just, So I'm just like, I'm gonna be by myself. I don't want to, like, I'm already just assuming people are not gonna like me. I'm assuming people are not gonna treat me well. I'm assuming. And that's what I did. I stayed to myself, but I also joined cross country, and that saved me a lot. Like, cross country was definitely one of my reasons of, like, to still going. I loved the team. I loved running. Like, it helped a lot with my emotions, and just people feeling like I'm supported by people. That helped a lot. I wouldn't say without cross country, I probably would have had a horrible school year in 11th grade, but without cross country, I probably would have felt more itty, I remember meeting this boy to my junior year, and I feel like I'm skipping past parts so I don't cry, but I don't need to do that. I need to tell y'all. My high school years when depression is actually really, like, pushed forward, because I lost my granny during the school year as well. So, my junior year, I talked to this guy, and it lasted like 2 months, maybe, or no, it lasted a month, and I left him because I felt like I wasn't getting that attention, and he truly only wanted one thing, and I was used, bro. I was used. Okay, and I feel like I'm not gonna blame nobody. I let people use me. I did, because I just felt unworthy. I felt like, okay, if I do this for you, you're gonna like me, and truly, if I do this for you, you just look at me more like you're a piece of trash, because you're quick to just, you know, and I'm just going through it like with dudes. And really, I was looking for that validation that I should have had from my dad to tell me, you know what I'm trying to say, like not validation from not validation from God for real, but I was just looking for that man love. Like, okay, if the girls don't like me, then maybe the man will. And like, I would talk to the boys, I would talk to grown men, and they'll like tell me how beautiful I am, and I just love to hear that. But please don't do that, y'all. Don't talk to these grown men. They just tell you what you want to hear. And mind you, I already had in my head like, okay, I know I gotta be beautiful because people tell me I'm beautiful and some people tell me I'm not. So it's just really opinions. How do I feel about myself? And that's how I felt: worthless, not beautiful, not pretty. Like I had a 5-year-old JJ, like the girl said. And I remember, oh my gosh, I missed a big part, y'all. I remember I got exposed before I moved, going to like, my 10th grade year. I remember I got exposed, and I remember I got exposed in 8th grade. I was being fast. I was recording myself. Um, pictures. I had a private, I think they called it like a private Instagram. And I was recording myself. And I remember I was on this exposed page, and I remember my brother seen it, and he was like, bro, what the and I felt like I already knew because a guy texted me, and it was like a random guy texted me, and he was like, this your brother account, right? Something like that. And I'm just like, huh? I'm trying to act dumb. And I think he also sent like a picture of me, and I'm like, bro, he's finna send this to my brother, bro. And he did. And I remember my brother saying like, every girl get exposed at least once in their life, trying to make me feel better. Like, boy, it wasn't okay. You should have low key beat my butt. But I'm glad, he understood. My mama never found out. She might now if she ever watch this video. My mama don't watch my YouTube though. I don't even think she know I pursue YouTube. Matter of fact, she doubted me before, but we're not gonna get there. We're going to get there, but not right now. So yeah, I forgot to tell you that. But back into my high school year, so yeah, I left that boy alone, and then I was just really in a dark area because I just wanted to be loved. I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be able to be myself, and people just accept me for who I am. And I remember just not being loved. I remember doing drugs all the time in school, like, and I looked like not how I look right now. Like, look me, and then look at this, like two different people completely. And I would just bury my feelings with substances. I wouldn't talk about it. And I had a bad problem with playing with myself. I'd be disgusted. I had a bad problem with letting people use me, friends especially. And yeah, so I met this. I remember praying to God when I was on the floor, and this was another suicide attempt. I was on the floor, and I'm like, God, please, like, why me? Like, I don't want to be here no more. Like, it's always me. I don't have nobody. I don't have a companion. And I remember just being on that floor, just really crying and just really asking God, like, why me? Like, you put me through all this stuff, and I'm still not happy. I'm still not where I want to be. You're not doing nothing for me. And God probably just looking down, like, I don't even know what he was thinking. I can't tell y'all. And I remember having pills again, and I remember, God, I take these right now if you don't change my life. And I remember being on the borderline of really taking them, always on the borderline of really doing it, and just knowing that I had a purpose behind my head, which was probably God. Not probably, was God saying, you have a purpose, you have a purpose, you have a purpose. And I threw it, and I just broke down and cried, and nobody never knew. It's them nights where nobody just know. 2 months later, during our prayer, I asked God, like, please just send me somebody who would just love me, like, for me. I don't need anyone else. Just, we don't even have to, be anything. Just, I really wanted somebody to love me for me. And he did. And to talk about this person, ooh, it's all love to this person for sure. We don't talk no more, but it's definitely all love to this person. So we met, and he was a hurt person too. So like we kind of like responded off that. I don't want to go too much in detail with like how we met and all that stuff, because that's like for another video for real. But I remember that I met him and like it was literally out of nowhere. Like I'm like, oh yeah, like God, you was listening. And he, in the beginning though, let's just give it a buck. In the beginning, he would leave me for no reason. He would just be like, you can find better. And I just really want somebody for me. So I'm like, you can just be better. Like, and I would just try to please him as much as I can. And he would just leave me, come back, leave me, come back, leave me, come back. And my heart would be shattered every time he left me. Because I made him the pedestal. I made him my worth. I made him up here and God down here, you know? I felt like I needed him. I felt like he was the reason why I wasn't like, why I was going to survive life. And it's not. God is the reason why I'm surviving life today. I always feel like he's the reason why he's the reason he's the reason I'm going to survive. We grew a great bond. Like, it was really, for sure, it was really toxic. It was off and on. Like, it was really off and on. It's been times where like I cussed him out. It was he's never cussed me out, but you know, we'll cuss at each other and stuff. Like, it was toxic. But I met him in 2022, mind y'all. Let me give y'all years. You know, we went to school together, and we finished the rest of our junior year together. And I don't know if y'all want to see some pictures. I'm not trying to be messy or nothing, cause like, but if I do end up putting pictures up, I put pictures up. If I don't, I don't. But we went to school together, and we also went to high school senior together. And I would just I remember always being insecure, like thinking he's looking at people, and that literally was because I always thought I wasn't good enough. I always thought that, you know, it's like I'm the problem. Like, why are you with me? Like, you know, like all these beautiful girls I thought was beautiful and never thought I was, you know. That really took a toll on our relationship as well. Until we got out of high school, then like things started getting a little bit better. But I started like, I started like not being happy. And oh wait, I'm missing stuff. My grandma ended up, did she end up passing when I was a junior? Yes, my grandma actually ended up passing when I was a junior. This really took a toll on me too, like my granny passing. I remember not feeling no type of way when I got that phone call from school, like, you know, she's gone. I remember just not crying, like, and I remember being at her funeral and breaking down while praise dancing. And I just broke down in front of her casket because it really took a toll on me then. Like, your granny's gone, like, she's gone. That also took like another little grab of me that I just didn't want to talk about, and that was something that I held it in as well. And my granny died, and then like months later my birthday came in. The dude who I was talking to left me on my birthday, and I was just like, wow. Like, and I just always downed it with liquor, substances. I didn't want to deal with the pain, so that's what I would do. Now fast forward to my senior year, is when the bullying started back. The bullying kind of started back. I remember this girl who was cool with me junior year, and then senior year, she felt the need to talk about me. And, you know, I was in the worldly ways, so I was like, you know, calling her out. And she didn't want to fight because she knew that God was on my side and I was going to give her that smoke. Let me not put God into that because that's not of God. But she knew I was going to give her that smoke for real. I might be small, y'all, but oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I have a video. I'm not trying to be messy, y'all. I'm not trying to be messy, guys. I'm not. But I'm just trying to give y'all little clips because I have videos. I do. I'm gonna go look deep for these videos too. Okay, I just want to say before I show you these videos, I'm really not trying to be messy. I just want to show y'all the things that I used to do and like how I used to act and just how hurt I sound, and you can really hear the hurt in my voice and just how much like my spirit was really disturbed.
This 4 or 5 niggas been 20 minutes waiting for your ass. How the fuck you gonna tell me you ready to fight and you got all these niggas on your side, all these niggas ready to come out here to watch you fight and get your ass beat, and you're not even out here, bitch? You want bunk shit? I need that on Monday. Let alone, bitch, I'm by myself, standing by myself. I don't got no homegirls with me no more. All the homegirls went home. I'm by myself, and you're still scary. And you still didn't pop out. After the homegirls went home, you still didn't pop out. Nigga, I'm in a dress with some forces on. Bitch, come at me.
Yeah, and then I remember there's this other girl who was like, "Why are you?" She was telling my boyfriend at the time, "Why are you dating her? Like, she don't even know how to do her eyebrows." Da 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 da. And I'm just like, they're going to insecurity again. Like, oh, now I'm really not enough. Like, now you got girls in his ears saying you should have dated the light skinned girl instead of the dark skinned girl who can't do her eyebrows. And they ain't look no better. And sorry, see, he's still working on me. He's still working on me. They ain't do no better for real, but um. I end up that end up like stopping. I also remember mom telling me that I wouldn't graduate. That took a toll on me too. And I remember us getting into a fight. Me and my mom used to get into fights a lot. Like, especially I remember this one time in elementary. I was in fourth, fifth grade, and she was sorry if this seems everywhere, but I'm just remembering little stuff. I was in fourth, fifth grade, and she was like choking me low key on the bed, like, "Oh, you think it's funny? You think it's funny? You think it's funny?" Because I laughed at what she was saying. Like, I was just like, which it probably was the devil laughing at her through me. That's scary. That's real scary. Like, I got her. Like, I got her. Like, and it's just like, oh, I'm just getting chills because devil, you will never have me. Like, you will never, never, ever, 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 ever have me like ever again, y'all. I felt the tears, y'all. A low key full of tears, but we gonna keep going. So me and my mom would just fight a lot, and I remember she doubted me, and I'm just like, I'm really nothing now. Like, my parents think I'm nothing. I remember this one time I came to my dad about something, and he was like, "You're too young to feel like that," or like, "You can't feel like that." And that's what started it more. That's what started the depression more. And I would just be so sad. And I remember in my senior school year, actually, when did I go? I believe it was 2022, probably May, somewhere like, not May, because I was still in school. At March, April. I went to the hospital. Um, I remember us falling out, and we like, me and the dude fell out. Mind y'all, I told y'all I put him on a pedestal. I thought he was my world. Like, he's going to save me. He's the reason why I should live. Just young girl stuff, for real. And I remember one time we broke it off and was like, goodbye, goodbye. Twilight. Also movie stuff. And I remember coming home and just like crying, like, I don't want to be here. Like, no, always. And I remember coming out to my mom, telling her everything. Like, this is what's always been going on. I'm having suicidal thoughts. And I remember her taking me to the hospital. They put me on a 5150. And I went to a mental hospital, and I was just sad. I was numbed. I didn't talk to anybody that first like 12 hours, probably 4 hours. Excuse me. Met some girls who were so cool. It was four black girls, so we stuck together like glue. And I remember them telling me their stories, and I remember sitting there like, God, like, what am I doing here? Once again, I feel out of place. And this time, I didn't make myself fit in. This time, I'm like, God, you have more for me. I'm only here because I'm going through things I don't talk about. And like, I'm like, people literally who killed them, like, literally was on the verge of bleeding out to death or on the verge of literally dying. And here I am. Just, not that what I was going through means any less, but I just knew, like, someone who really needs to be here, you're taking their spot right now. And that's how I just felt being there. But I learned so much. Me and the girls really talked, and the mental hospital is not what they make it seem. We was in there eating nasty food. Well, some of it was good, but beginning there talking, didn't really want to even talk. Girls having like just different weird opinions, things that I felt was odd. To really get into the mental hospital, it wasn't just like their opinions, it was just like the workers there too. Like, it just seemed like they were only there for a paycheck. Didn't seem like they really genuinely cared, and it's just like lights off, lights on, outside time. It just felt like jail. Like, I just rather would have been at home and talking to God than being in that mental hospital and experiencing what I experienced. And them being like playing victim and stuff, but I don't want to go there because it's not my story to tell. But yeah, so I remember getting out the mental hospital and still feeling sad. And I remember getting out and cutting myself. And this is when the self harm started. I don't remember. Oh, it's because we got back together, right? We got together and then we broke up again. And I remember cutting myself that same year. I don't know if I can show these. Trigger warning. I'm gonna try to find a picture and show it. Okay, guys, so this is a video with it kind of covered up, and I made a song for him because during that time he got me through it as well. You know, I felt like so. I'd rather be with you all in the clouds. Rainy days, there's no sunshine, but you're my cloudy. Say you're my cloudy, there's no sunshine. Baby, let me get that. This is why I have it. And I have butterflies everywhere if y'all didn't notice. Butterflies to me it means that you can, like, to me it means you can be something so ugly, something, you can go through things so traumatic, things so ugly, things not beautiful, and transition into something so great, something so worth living for, something so free, something so beautiful. And that's what I feel like I've done. Transition into something so great, something so beautiful, and I'm still transitioning. Okay, the the blessings don't stop here, the growth don't stop here, and the learning does not stop here. The wisdom doesn't stop here, the knowledge doesn't stop here. Some you can still see, but I got it's on the side, like where the butterflies are ending. So right here, like kind of right here. I remember writing I hate. I remember writing I hate, and I was gonna write myself. And I got I hate covered really more than like the other little marks because you know, literally right, sketching out I hate myself. But I forgot what I was doing it with, but some sharp. I really just didn't want to feel the pain here, so I did it somewhere else. And even then I broke down crying like, God, why am I still here? I don't want to be here. And I remember this one time I was coming from school and we were arguing. It was a rainy day, and I remember saying something to the dude because we broke up again. March. It was always an off and on thing, so we were just always breaking up, getting back together. You know. I remember telling him like, bro, I don't want to be here. Like, we probably broke up again, and I remember going to the lake. I mean, running to the lake like I was gonna jump in that water. I remember running to the lake, crying, asking God, like, just crying, like crying. I ran to the lake, and I remember hearing a voice, and I looked behind, and it was him. It was him running after me, but I'm like, okay, well, what is he doing running after me? Well, girl, obviously he trying to, get you to not, you probably know what you finna do, and I'm just like, run faster. And I just started running faster, and I remember finally approaching like the little lake thing. I'm gonna show y'all pictures of how it looked. This is not when I went, but like just how, so y'all get a little like kind of picture of like, it was rocks and stuff, and I was going down the rocks so I can jump in. I can't swim, y'all, so I knew I was gonna die. I can swim to a certain extent, but I can't keep myself above water. I was gonna die. Before I got there, I stopped and I standed over the water, and he approached me. He was like, "You don't really want to die," and I was just like, "Yes, I do. Yes, I do." And that's just the devil. That's just the enemy talking. Yes, trying to get me to really feel like I want to die. And deep down, I already knew I didn't. He was like, "You don't want to die." And I remember him walking me home, and I remember just him staying with me that day. And I remember calling off work and telling one of my managers, like, I'm really, I was gonna kill myself, and I just need today off. And she was a great manager. She's gone now. Shout out to Brianna. I love you. You gave me my hours, and you cared for and you always told me put my mental health before work, always, and always remember that, always. And I really appreciate you, and I hope you're doing good in life. I hope you're somewhere far, traveling the world. That was another time I was gonna end it as well. So fast forwarding, I want to say to where I feel like I wanted to start healing from it. I started getting into when I met him, he told me about the Anunnaki, and I started doing my own research, and eventually, like, getting out of school, I started learning about self-concept and affirmations and manifestation and this, that. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the life changer. This is a game changer. I want y'all to know something. You can get your blessings from the enemy as well. The enemy can give you blessings as well. Just gotta be careful who you praying to. I remember manifest. I just wanted a great life. That's all. And I remember just starting to get into manifestation. And when I tapped in, I'm just like, okay, I'm seeing all these angel numbers. Like, I'm getting all these spiritual angel numbers. Like okay, like I'm becoming more spiritual. Like, this is it. Like, I'm manifesting. I'm low key getting some of the manifestations. Like, this is the life. And I remember this one time where now I'm finally out of high school. Okay, and is the depression still going on? No. I don't think during this time depression had stopped, but the anxiety was there, the low confidence was there, and the suicidal thoughts went away. Okay. As we're getting out of school. I'm just like, yeah, this is the life. Like, this it right here, like, and things just mentally, like, it wasn't the right lifestyle. Like, I was linking up with different dudes. I was okay, I'm getting attention, link up, letting them use and abuse me. I'm not gonna get into it, but letting them use and abuse me mentally, physically, not emotionally, because I was numbed. I didn't even care about how I felt for real. It was just like a whatever thing. And I remember this time too. This is recent. Did I skip anything in 2023? 2023 was like me trying to learn spiritual stuff. Now I'm skipping to 2024. So not too long ago, like beginning of this year. So I remember not remember, but I was going to parties. I was doing nothing but parties, and um that's all I was doing. I was drinking. I was filling a void. Literally, I'm like, okay, we're not together. Like, the niggas love me out here. They love me out here. Like, this is the life. And I was quote unquote manifesting, you know, deep beauty and love and attraction into my life. Also manifesting like money and all this other stuff, you know. I believe God was like, enough is enough. And he set me down. He allowed someone to steal all my stuff. Like, all my stuff on my bag. Like, just a lot of stuff on my bag. And I remember being so drunk where I grabbed the mic and I was like, I shoot this right now. Y'all better find my wallet. When I went home and I really sat with myself, I'm like, God, you're sitting me down. You're sitting me down. I'm doing too much, huh? I'm moving around too much. You're sitting me down. And he sat me down for a minute. I mean, my job, even, like, he sat me down for my job. I mean, I couldn't even afford to, like, renew my certificate for my food handler's card. I couldn't even renew it. Like, and I'm just like, God, like, what am I going to do? And this is when I was like, okay, God, I want to get back close to you. And, you know, I want to get back close to you. Like, what can I do? Like, I want to get back close to you. I remember getting back with the dude. I got back with the dude. Okay. We got back together to try it again, to be more healthy. And this time it just felt like forced. Like, I loved him, but it just felt like it was just an attachment. Like, I wouldn't say I was too I just remember not feeling like, you know, talking to the dude really. And we basically broke things off on a mutual agreement eventually. And that's when I really started to get more into God. And this is recently, like, so not too long, like maybe 2 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. And ever since then I've been celibate. Ever since then I've been having the mindset that, you know, God work on me. And of course I've healed from things. Like, I've healed from a lot of stuff now. I can talk about it. And yeah, I just thank God that I'm able to let go what I know I need to let go, to have him first in my life, so that he can fulfill his purpose in me, and I can live in his purpose that he has for me. So I just want to say that I've been worshiping, praise and worship every day, praying every day, every night. I'm trying to pray every night too before I go to sleep, but I pray every morning. I read a scripture and I praise and worship. I thank God where I am right now. I really do. I thank God where I am right now. Because without God, I wouldn't have the courage to get up and leave a person alone, knowing that God needs me to put him first in my life. And that's what I've been doing so far. I'm stopped stopping smoking weed tomorrow, my journey, and I'm doing 21 days. And after that, I want to stop too. So I just thank God where I am right now. And I want to say, anyone who is still, I'm still struggling a little bit for substances, but as of anxiety, depression, and you know, all of that, I definitely am confident now. I got that within myself. I learned that manifestation, and I'll probably never finish that, but I learned that manifestation is not really the way to go. God is God. Lord says, "Ask, you shall receive," and I just want to do things. My blessing. I want my blessings to come from God and not the enemy, and that's how I want things to go. So, I just want to say, if you're going through anything right now, know that God is there, and just open your heart and just embrace Him, y'all. I'm so surprised I didn't cry, because when I was thinking about doing this video, I'm like, I'm going to cry. I was crying while thinking about it. Like, I'm really finna do this video. Like, it hurts me in so many ways. Like, I was really hurt. And there was a time where I went to church with my mom. Y'all, I forgot to say that. I grew up in a church as well. I grew up in church homes. I fell from religion. I'm not with religion, but I'm building a relationship with my Father, with God Himself. And that's what I want to do. I don't want to put a name on it. I'm building a relationship with my Father and God. And that's all. I just want a relationship with the Lord. Me and Him, besties. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I just want to say, anybody who's going through anything, know that it does get better. I love y'all. God loves you more. And my storage is running low, so I'm gonna do a part 2 maybe on this. But you know, I'm gonna update y'all. That's a part 2. Yeah. It's Yay, don't play. Be safe. We out. And just know that God loves you, girl. Let's talk to God. God loves you so much. And I pray you get through it too.
At a certain time, I had to realize no matter how many times I tell you I love you, I can't change it. And I be forgetting sometimes.